You're not going to believe this, but what happened to me one day felt like something straight out of a movie. It was a regular morning. I walked over to my garage, opened the door, and just froze. Right there in the middle of my garage was a car I had never seen before. A gray Mercedes, parked like it owned the place. I hadn't rented out the space. I didn't give anyone permission. And yet, there it was, sitting there comfortably, like it belonged. At first, I thought maybe a neighbor's guest got confused or someone's car broke down and they just parked it there temporarily. But no. What I eventually discovered was so ridiculous, so infuriating, I couldn't even believe it myself. See, I live in a quiet suburban neighborhood, mostly families, retirees, and young professionals. We have a homeowners association, the HOA, and if you've ever dealt with an HOA, you know exactly what I mean when I say they care more about the height of your grass than actual issues. Some of the rules are fine, but the people running the HOA, let's just say a few of them enjoy their little bit of power way too much. Enter Karen. Not her real name, of course, but you already know the type. Late 50s, blonde bob, sunglasses always on her head, and a permanent scowl like she's been sucking on lemons her whole life. She's the president of the HOA, and in her mind, that makes her queen of the entire neighborhood. I've had minor run-ins with her before. One time she left a note on my door because my recycling bin was too visible from the street. Another time she complained that my lawn was 1.5 inches too tall. Yes, she actually measured it. But that morning, when I opened my garage and saw her gray Mercedes parked inside, I completely lost it. The garage had been locked the night before. No broken windows, no sign of forced entry, and yet there it was, parked neatly where my car was supposed to go. I checked the plates. Yep, it was definitely Karen's. I recognized her ridiculous vanity plate that read, HOA Priz. I stormed over to her house just 2 doors down. Rang the bell, no answer. Rang again, still nothing. Knocked, waited, nada. Eventually, I called her. Her number was on the HOA contact list. Straight to voicemail. I left a message trying to stay calm. Hey Karen, this is your neighbor. I just noticed your car is in my garage. I don't know how or why, but I'd really appreciate it if you could come move it. An hour passed, then 2, still nothing. At that point, I called the non-emergency police line to ask what my options were. They told me since it's private property and I'm not in immediate danger, I could call a tow company as long as I could prove the car wasn't authorized to be there. I didn't want to escalate things right away, so I decided to sleep on it. That night, I couldn't stop thinking about it. This woman broke into my garage, my personal space. And for what? Convenience. Next morning, still no word from her. That's when I made my decision. If she wanted to use my garage without permission, fine, but she'd better be ready for the consequences. I locked the garage from the inside, packed a suitcase, and left for a 10-day road trip I'd been meaning to take anyway. No warning, no reply to her messages. I just left and took the garage key with me. The first few days were amazing. Drove up the coast, stayed in charming little inns, breathed easy. Didn't check my phone much, but when I did, oh wow. Missed calls, voicemails, texts, all from Karen. At first, she was sweet. Hey neighbor, I think there's been a little mix-up. Could you unlock the garage? Then, impatient, I really need to get to work. Please, open the garage. And finally, downright hostile. This is illegal. You're holding my vehicle hostage. I'm going to report you. I laughed every time I read one. Because here's the thing, she never asked, never apologized, just assumed she had the right. On day 4, I finally answered one of her calls, Karen. I said, pretending to sound confused. What do you mean your car is stuck? You parked it in my garage without asking. She tried to twist the story. I had a contractor coming over and needed my driveway clear. You weren't using your garage anyway. Wait, what? So you just broke in? I didn't break in, she snapped. I have the HOA master key. And that was when everything clicked. Apparently, the HOA keeps a universal access key for emergencies like gas leaks or fire inspections when no one's home. But Karen had kept the key and used it to park in my garage. You know that's not what it's for, I told her. I'm the HOA president, she said, like that made her above the law. Exactly. And now you're learning what happens when you abuse your power. She demanded I return immediately. I told her I was across the country, enjoying my vacation. I'd unlock the garage when I got back. She went silent after that, or so I thought. Turns out, she tried to break in again, this time through the side door. Thankfully, my neighbor was house-sitting for me and saw her messing with the lock. He called me right away. I told him, if she tries it again, call the police. When I finally got home, I waited until the next morning. I opened the garage, rolled her Mercedes out onto the driveway, and sent her a quick text. Your car is out front. 15 minutes later, she showed up, face red with fury. You are in so much trouble, she hissed. I'm filing a complaint with the board. Go ahead, I said. I already filed mine with photos, text messages, and a signed statement from my neighbor. She sputtered. This isn't over. Oh, I think it is. By the way, I had the locks changed. You can hand over that master key now. She tried to argue, but I held up the HOA bylaws. Yep, printed out and pointed to the section on emergency access and property rights. She had violated both. Long story short, fined and forced to issue a written apology. Oh, and her precious. Mercedes sat parked so long it needed a new battery. Ants had nested inside. So next time someone thinks they can walk all over you, just remember you don't need to yell. You don't need to fight. Just stay calm, be smart, and maybe take a nice, long vacation. Because karma takes time to cook, but when it's ready, oh man, it's delicious. If this story made you laugh, shake your head, or remember a Karen from your own life, go ahead and like the video, share it with someone who needs a good story today, and don't forget to subscribe. More unbelievable tales are coming your way soon. And always remember, never let anyone treat your space like it's theirs. You deserve better.